Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chris Cooper, known as the Channel Guy Trader, and I'm reporting to you live from Wall Street Trading satellite office down in sunny South Florida. Today's date is Monday, July 23rd, 2012, and here is today's market wrap-up report. The indices were able to claw their way back up today as the market opened down 20 points on the ES and sold off another 6 points or so, giving the perfect buying opportunity for those looking to get long equities. News from overseas led the market lower amid Spain bailout fears, and banks were under heavy pressure. Italian banks were actually suspended from trading temporarily as investors exited positions on fears that Italy could soon follow Spain's footsteps. But that didn't stop us from making money over here at wallstreettrading.com, guys. In our chat room today, we were telling our group of traders to go long against 1332, and that was a dead low. I'll take a look at that chart with you guys here shortly. And we were also coming into channel support on the ES, which you guys can see here. All right, ES showing some nice support from this little upward channel that we have been watching, and 1330, 1332 area was a perfect area to get long equities if you were looking to get long stocks on a pullback. We also called some decent trades out in our. We also called some great trades out on in our chat room today, such as Halliburton long, as it was one of the stronger stocks last week and gave the perfect buying opportunity this morning on the gap down from their earnings. The company wasn't focused after they topped earnings and revenue expectations. We could take a look here at Halliburton before I go over the chart of the ES. And this is one chart that I've been highlighting to everybody in the chat room. As you know, we were breaking this little downward channel that we were in since February. Nice little move up last week, and then this morning when they reported earnings, they actually gapped down on that support level, sold off a little bit, recovered to go back above that 30 level, and that was a perfect buying opportunity for a long stock, for the long opportunity, excuse me, for the fact that last week this stock showed excellent strength, and at the same time, I want you guys to see this pattern we have right here. This little downward bullish channel breakout. All right, we broke above the 50% channel line right here. Back test held, and then we broke the top channel, and that back test held. Perfect analysis. And you know, if you are interested in some of that analysis right there, you could contact me at ccooper@wallstreettrading.com to find out about the channel trading course. All right, it's not as this stuff right here is not as advanced as some of the material that I have, but this is definitely will keep you on the right side of the trade and allow you to bank some coin like some of our traders did in the chat room. Another trade that we called out here in the chat room was PEET, Pete. All right, the stock opened up late because it was halted. Stock opened up at $74, ran up to 74.60, and that's when we noted that it was coming into this little gap, close to this gap fill area, which also gave the perfect opportunity to get short. I believe one of the traders on the desk, on one of my co-moderator James, he called this short out at 74 and some change, and rolled the stock all the way down to 73. That was actually a pretty good call right there. So let's go and take a look at this ES to see what we have going on here. All right, the ES remains to have this little underlying bid underneath the market here. Not sure what the underlying bid is. A lot of people are saying it's a Bernanke put or whatever like that. Either way, the ES, you know, is respecting the trend lines. It's respecting this little downward channel. I'm sorry, this little upward channel. It's respecting the little lower range right there, as well as it did today right here. Okay, 1330, nice bounce. Okay, if you guys watched the weekend video, I highlighted how the ES could possibly be in a range here, and this was going to give a perfect buying opportunity around this 1330, 1320 area. And, you know, that couldn't have come any sooner as the Spain, news out overseas from Spain, caused the market to gap down a lot here. If I bring up my intraday chart on the ES just to show you guys how we traded it, okay, I could take off my studies here so you can see the chart a little bit cleaner. This little downward channel that we highlighted on the ES on Friday, we were actually trading around this little downward channel. Take note of how the ES actually traded in that downward channel overnight to the T. I mean, this is overnight. This is from Sunday night at 6 o'clock all the way to how we opened up this morning at 9:25, at 9:30. All right. Respected it pretty well. And then, of course, these downward channels usually break to the downside. They usually get some heavy selling pressure. That's what happened this morning. But then that 1332 bid stuck. Nice consolidation. We moved higher. We broke right back above the channel. That's when we were telling our guys to make sure they get long some stocks, some strong stocks in the market. And guys, I mean, there were a couple strong stocks today. You had Amazon remaining, you know, Amazon showing some good strength. They have earnings after the bell tomorrow, I believe. Google, all right, had earnings last week. Stock is holding up pretty well. Google, one of the strongest stocks in the market right now. A lot of big tech stocks are, you know, showing some decent strength. Apple gapped down this morning. They were able to buy Apple up Apple, we take a look at the chart on Apple on the daily chart here. Okay, AAPL, Apple making a nice comeback. All right, this stock had a crazy range today. It had a nice little range of, a lot of opportunity. What I like to call it, $18.19 range today. Stock opened at 594, sold off to a low of 587, and closed at 603.83. Actually hit a high of 605.90. But that's just a lot of opportunity right there, guys. So anyway, back to the charts on the 5-minute, how we analyze the ES 5-minute chart. So we broke right back inside that channel, consolidated in a nice little range, broke out the top of that channel. That causes some nice buying pressure right there. Pulled back right off this little resistance zone. We were telling a couple of our traders to get short. I believe some traders in the room picked up TZA. I picked up TZA right here and ended up dumping it right back down on the back test support. And then I wasn't looking for this little big. I was looking for maybe a pullback more to this trend line right here, the back test, but they actually ripped the market higher, and a lot of stocks actually, may do highs on that move. But I was pretty much done trading after we put this pullback to 13 to 40 and a half. So anyway, there's a lot of stocks moving, guys. A lot of interesting, things going on. Money moving in this sector and that sector. SNDK was another standout stock today that one of the traders in the chat room called out. SNDK. I mean, this stock. If you take a look at the volume was pretty low on it. Okay, compared to the prior day, but it's picking up. Volume is starting to pick up in SNDK. Stock is coming all the way from a high of last October of $53.24, and now it's at $40. Okay, there's also a lot of gap fill action. There's a nice little gap all the way up here towards 45. All right, that's only $5 away. All right, and it's acting pretty strong here. So you want to make sure you're watching some of these semiconductor stocks. I believe Intel had earnings last week, traded pretty strong, pulled back. Now it's back at this bottom of the support area down here around this 24.75 area. If this holds, then who knows? This stock could maybe come back up and try to retest this little trend line and actually get a breakout and go back up towards the top of this range up here towards the 2750 area. So there's a lot of things going on right now. I wouldn't get too full blown out and get short just because of the headline news we have coming out overseas. Pick your areas right. Make sure you're watching the right stocks that are showing some strength, as there is definitely money to be made out there in the markets. Okay, guys. So if you like what you see and you're looking for a group to trade the market with, or you want to be part of a social trading group, you want to go to wallstreettrading.com, sign up for our 14-day free trial for My Wall Street TV today. You want to make sure that you go to My Wall Street TV on YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel as we kick out these market wrap-up reports here. I put a good report out on the weekend over here this past Saturday. It was an excellent report. You can check that out by going to My Wall Street TV. Check the YouTube out and check out the Twitter at Wall Street Trade. All right, guys, look forward to catching you guys in the room tomorrow. Hope you guys had a great day today, and have a great trading day if you guys are trading the session. Later, guys.